Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jermaine Curtis, and today what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into the 3 drills that I always do with my students. I do a lot of drills. Definitely, it depends on what's going on with each person's swing, but I do these 3 things that I'm going to share with you all the time, and I'm going to explain why. It's something that I did when I was playing as well. I did them every single day, and it helped me so much in my career, and I think you're going to get a lot out of this video, so definitely watch until the end so you can see all the drills. And yeah, let's get into it. So the first drill I do is I do like side toss, as you're seeing right now, and I flip them the ball, and I want them to catch it with their top hand. And the reason why is because it'll tell you what's going on with their swing if you do this drill. So what I mean is, what you'll know when you do this drill is you'll see what's going on with their body, and you can start making adjustments even before you start swinging with them normally. So I do this catch drill, and I try to do it from the side so I get to see how their body is moving. Are they loading? Are they staying on their backside? And the other thing, I'm trying to see them stay behind the ball and catch it. You know, you'll see a lot of kids that they'll just swing and then they'll roll their wrists over instead of getting through it, up and through it. And there's a lot of things you will see with someone swing just by doing the catch drill. And the other thing that happens with using the catch drill is that you're getting their hand-eye coordination ready for the evening, and you're allowing them to start tracking the ball all the way in, and that's very important as well. So there's a lot of things that I love about it, and so I always use this drill. And this is what I did when I was practicing as well. I actually would do something right before it, but when I went to the cage, I would do this drill. So right before I went to the cage to do my BP or do my work for the day when I was playing professionally, I would juggle, and I would just start getting my hand-eye coordination going for the day. So I'll start just juggling, just get that hand-eye coordination going. Then the first thing I would do with my coach is this drill right here, which is the catch drill. I wanted to feel myself going right to the ball. I wanted to feel myself being square and letting the ball get there and keeping my head all the way there, top hand, controlling my hand right to get on playing with it, and then I want to finish high through it. It's something that all ages can do, and I highly recommend it. Even if you're in the house, you can wrap up a sock, and you can flip it, and boom, you can do that as well. And just start working this. I would have my girlfriend, do that. We would have her, with the sock, roll that up, have her flip it to me, and I'll just visualize and see my barrel, the top hand, go right to it, get on plane, and finish high through it. So it's something that I would highly recommend. Last one. Keep your head on it. Catching up. Even here, you see sometimes like his head is popping up a little bit too early. So that's good too. Is like I'm seeing this right now, and I'm like, oh, I would like his head a little bit more down on the ball and follow through, instead of he's catching it, he's seeing it here, and then he's popping his head up, instead of letting it get in there, keep that head down, and then extend through. Sometimes when we're swinging, just that little movement, and that would happen with me playing professionally. I'd be like, man, why am I struggling? And it was just because I was moving my head this much. So right on contact, I'm already looking to see where the ball is going, instead of keeping my head there and then finish my swing and then look to see where the ball is going, So I think, just seeing this video, I would make the adjustment saying, hey, Mike, what you want to do is keep your head on it a little bit longer, get that extension forward, and forward, up and through, and it's going to get everything going for you, and it's going to be where you want to be.
Up and through it. Good swing. Last one.
From there, what I do is I work the top hand. And the top hand is the most important part when it comes to the swing aspect, because the top hand controls the barrel. Now, if your top hand is not direct to the ball, if it's not, I guess I say is if it's not direct to the ball, you're not going to hit. And if it's being weak, then you're not going to hit. So the top hand's super important. That's the reason why I focus on it. And if you look at for most power hitters, most Hall of Famers, they were, if they're a right-handed hitter, they were, a right-handed thrower. If they're a left-handed hitter, they were a left-handed thrower. There's very few that are switch hitting that are Hall of Famers, because that top hand is super important. It's usually their dominant hand, and that carries, that gets that bat path, or it gets the bat on the path, and it allows the hitter to be more consistent and drive the ball. So I do the top hand with my students, and also I did it when I was playing. So again, I'm taking you through the same process that I was doing, and I love doing this. And I try to drive the ball with my top hand, and getting through that ball, not just slap it, because we're not trying to slap the ball, we're trying to catch it on the barrel and continue through it. It's easy to go like this and just slap it and hit ground balls or weak line drive. No, we're trying to knock it out, not knock them out, but we're trying to drive that ball, get through it, boom, as much as we possibly can, catching it on the barrel and continuing through it.
Tap. Choke up a little bit more. One more.
So I like to use the bottom hand too, because there's no reason to just work one without the other. The bottom hand gets you the extension through. I think the top hand, I believe the top hand is the one that controls the barrel, gets you to the ball, pushes through, and then the bottom hand takes over and gives you the long extension through the ball. So we definitely use the bottom hand as well. And as you can see, his first few swings, he's opening up too early. So we want to force ourselves to stay inside of our body and drive the ball, and we want to stay close and get both of our hands working the right way. If they're both working the right way, there's no reason why you're not going to dominate. So we want to, separate both of those, and then we want to, do it with two hands.
Great swing. Yes. Nice. Do it.
So another drill that we do that I didn't add in here, I'm adding a bonus because since you watched up to this point. But another drill is what I'll do is I'll have the small bat and I'll have them swing with both hands. And the reason why I have them do that is because you would know what is going on with their swing by doing that? It's a small bat, so it forces them to take a good swing. Now, if they have a bad swing, if they're rolling over or whatever, you'll know it's going to expose their swing. So it'll force them to start staying through the ball. So it's one of those drills that I use to just get them going, and it forces them to stay close, because since that thing is so small, since the bat is so small, they have to stay close and swing with that thing. And it feels uncomfortable because it's letting it get deep to them instead of their normal bat, which is longer, so they can get more out front. But I do that to test their swing. Now, if they're catching it and rolling over, then they're going to be like, oh, that feels nasty. That doesn't feel right. And then, if they're popping up, you'll be able to see it. So you'll really get to see the flaws in their swing by using that smaller bat. So that's the reason why I use it for two-handed drills. And I think you will love it as well. So give that a try and do these drills. These are what I do with majority of all my players, and then I just make adjustments and things based on that. But I start there and I have them do those drills. But here's the thing that no one really talks about, and it's the process. So in each time each swing, we're trying to get a result, and we're focusing on that result. So for example, just to explain a little bit more detail, he wants to, he's a fast runner, so we're trying to get him gap to gap hitter, and he can steal bases. So even if he hits a single, he can steal second base. So what we do is we're looking for line drives that aren't like driven as far as fly balls, but they're hit really well up at an angle, which is going to give him more extra base hits and going to give him a high average. So we're focusing on the process on every swing. So it's something that you want to do as well. When you pick up a bat, you should have a process in mind. You should know what you are trying to do and just not go in there and hit. A lot of young players, what they do is they go in there and they just swing, and they try to hit line drive and they're okay with it. If it's even a low line drive, but they don't have like a goal in mind. And that's how you got to work. You got to work with a end in mind. What are we trying to do each swing? And to this right here, I'm just warming them up. But once he starts swinging with his bat, I have a goal in mind. Okay, we're gonna do 100 swings, 100 line drives at an angle. Let's just say, I'm just throwing numbers out there right now, but I'm just giving you an idea of it, at a 15-degree angle or a 13-degree angle. So we're trying to hit at that angle every swing, and we're trying to master that swing. That upward swing where they can, hit a line drive. And because what's going to happen is if they can consistently do that, what they're going to do is get extra base hits, get hits, and all that. So it all comes together. So when you're in the cage, no matter what you're doing, you should have a process, a plan for what you're doing. And if you don't have a plan, then you're going to get, weak results, or you're going to get iffy results. You need to know what you're doing, and you need to focus on that, and maybe I'll do a video explaining that in more deep detail about strategizing your batting practice or your practicing. Once you kind of understand that, then you can really next level your game. You want to have a process and something that you are trying to do all the time. And when you're doing that in the cage, that's how you'll get results on the field. No question about it. I promise you will. So that's all I got for you today. I really appreciate you watching until the end. Click the subscribe button, hit the like button for me. Please hit the like button. It helps me out a lot. And definitely subscribe if you haven't already. Join the family. I'm former Major League Baseball player Jermaine Curtis, and I'm signing out.